In these trying times, while the world is under the threat of the COVID-19 pandemic, the need for a stronger concerted effort among APEC economies and a more focused strategy for structural reform to address economic challenges has become more critical than ever. Despite the disruptions caused by the pandemic, the Economic Committee has been doing intensive work, and we met 4 times this year, 1 physical meeting in February and 3 virtual meetings in July, August and October, with 2 of them being informal meetings. Structural reform remains a key focus of our work this year. The Economic Committee has endorsed the renewed APEC Agenda for Structural Reform RACER Final Review Report, which will be published and presented to structural reform ministers in due course. We have already kick-started the process for an enhanced APEC agenda for structural reform, which will set the scene for a more focused and inclusive roadmap for structural reform in the next 5 years. We are also in the process of finalizing the 2020 APEC Economic Policy Report on structural reform and women's empowerment, and started preparing the 2021 Economic Policy Report with the proposed topic, structural reform and the future of work, in light of the new normal brought by the pandemic to the labor market. The pandemic has presented many new challenges to us, but at the same time, it has also presented us with an opportunity for making greater use of modern technology. We all have seen a greater shift to digitalizations in conducting economic activities these days, and how digital solutions may help businesses affected by the lockdown measures and other disruptions to supply chain. In these connections, we have undertaken some relevant work to assist economies. For example, the APEC Collaborative Framework on Online Dispute Resolutions of Cross-Border Business-to-Business Disputes, developed and endorsed by the Economic Committee, could help businesses, particularly MSMEs, to resolve cross-border disputes in an efficient and cost-effective manner. More and more economies have opted into the framework, and Hong Kong, China has just opted into the framework earlier this year during the pandemic. The Economic Committee will continue to work on the implementations of the framework, which could benefit businesses, large or small, both during and after the pandemic. Lastly, let me assure you that the Economic Committee is determined and committed to pursuing work which will be conducive to revitalizing the region's economy after the pandemic and to rebuilding resilience of the economies against future challenges. Thank you for your support.